Alright, hello everyone. Thank you for coming back and watching. I've just come back from one of my walks and I'm going to do some cooking while I talk to you. I've got another camera down here which I'm going to do some cooking as well so you can watch me cook while I talk as well. I'll show you. So what do I just do? Okay, so right there. That's the other camera that you can be watching here. So I just got some thingy, bits and bobs, I'm gonna do some cooking. And I've got a beer. Right, where do I have this? Did I have it here? Whoa. Right here. So I'm gonna talk about how I know things and where it comes from. Many people are trying to figure that out, and also I'm saying this next part from my heart, and it's for those who are doing spell work, not good spell work either, and they're doing it for their own gain, and they're doing it in really nasty kind of ways. So I'm saying this from my heart. You need to stop. It's not you should know by now, and I don't want you to have to go through any more struggles, and I don't want you to get locked up in your mind, in a prison of your mind. So I'm asking you nicely, just stop. Okay, so all right, let me get into this while I do some cooking. Right, what have I forgot? Okay. Okay, so in 2022 November, yeah, end of November, I got pneumonia, and it was during the night, well, early hours in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. There's a sharp pain in my back and coming all the way through into my chest. I couldn't breathe, and I was homeless. I was sleeping in a park. But then I managed to get to a friend of mine's, and I lied down. I couldn't lie down, it's hurting so much. And me, the way I am, I was pushing through it. I thought at that time that I'll get, it'll fade. So I got some like painkillers. I got my friend to go get some painkillers. And for that day and night, I really struggled badly. The following day, it got real bad that my friend called the ambulance. Got to the hospital. They did what they were doing. I was like in and out of consciousness, and I got COVID on top. I died. Literally, I died. I could see everything, what they were doing, like our body. But a lot more happened, and I can't tell you about that. I know many people do, and everyone's experience is unique to them. That's because of their belief, of what they believe in their life. I mean, whatever they believe, that is what they see when they die. And there are different levels of consciousness that you go to, but there is one whole collective consciousness where everyone's thoughts are, and that is what creates the reality that we live in. We can create our own reality for our own life, but there's also the collective one, which is the planet, the world that we live in, and that reality is made from all of our thoughts. So good. And when I was recovering, whilst I was recovering, because of what I'd seen, I knew there was more out there, and I wanted to find a way to connect. And you got to remember that I have been homeless. I was on drugs, drink, everything, just to get through the days. There's so many. I was on the street for years, right? It wasn't weeks or months. I'm on about years. Not even 2-3 years, more. Over about continuously it was 5, but then on and off about another 5. And just to get through the day, it got to a point where you have to embrace things to get through. So I was drawn to listening to frequencies, binaural tones, frequencies, the ones that are slightly different in each ear. And the first one was the earth frequency. I listened to it continuously, and I mean continuously. I was in a shelter after they had to from the hospital here. They had to put me in an accommodation. They couldn't send me back out on the street. So that was the break. I mean, I needed that. And it was only a room. It's only a room with a sink, and everything else you got to share. The toilet, you got the cooking facilities. And I just used to leave my room just to go to the toilet and food. Don't do anything else. And that was for so I came out of hospital in 23, end of January. So I was in there from November to the end of January. So all the way through Christmas, New Year, and my birthday. Yeah, so I started listening to frequencies, like I said, the earth one. And that is continuously, it's like I wanted to find out, and that's where I was getting drawn to. And while I was listening to that frequency, I started listening to the other ones, like the universe frequency. Then you get the 528, 369. The universe wants 332, and it began opening other doors. I mean, just automatically, I wanted to find out more about how did it start, where, who. I mean, how did all these frequency things start? Where did it come from? I mean, everything. So I began researching all of it, all of it. And whilst I was doing the research, I started getting information that goes even deeper, that is not even written that isn't, you cannot find this information. And it was coming to me. At first, I thought I was making this up in my own mind. But as months, not days, as months went by, I realized it's not me making this up. It's actually information coming to me. So it led down so many different paths. I started researching everything. I mean, from our creation, what was here before us, paranormal events, ghosts. I mean, if I tell you some things like that, you think I'm joking or whatever, but I'm not really bothered. It's different for me now. I mean, totally different. I see things, I hear things, I talk to things. So in February, exactly the 19th of February 2024, I was doing some research, and what I had this, it was like electricity going through me, and then it went from here all the way down to my pelvis area and shot out. Don't take it in any other content. But that's when I knew whatever was happening, it's a lot bigger than just me. And now whenever I want information, I just have to think, or it comes from inside. It just comes. And other ways is when there's other kind of information I need. And no, not that I need. If there's a message that needs to be shared, it comes to me, like, say if I'm watching something and there's a sentence in the whatever I'm watching and someone says something, whatever that sentence is about, there'll be a download. Or if I'm walking and someone's talking, having a conversation, something they've said is a download about what I need to share. The lyrics, that's my idea, and I write it down, what I want and how everything, how I want to express the message and how I feel. I write it all in words and I get some help. So, I think I've cut too many onions, just talking. But, okay. So all of you who are wondering, or thinking, how is it? How am I getting all this information? Does that make any sense? It comes from a higher source. It comes from within, but from within is actually, the other messages is definitely from the universe. And there's so many things going on. If I tell, okay, so we're fighting on so many different levels. There's the war that's going on here. There's an ancient ancestral war that we are fighting. We're fighting for our vessels, our bodies. That's an alien war. And then there's a war for our soul. And then there's the war that people are doing here against each other. Like I mentioned earlier about, you know, wanting to swap destinies. You know who I'm talking to, don't you? I don't know why you're doing it, because yeah, it just ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. And all the stuff that's happening to you, I don't know why you don't stop. But it ain't just one of you, is it? So I need to cut some potatoes. Right. The message that I have is, hold on, shall I press pause? Because shall I? No, quickly. I don't know if you're going to hear me, but the message is about all the sound. Well, it's about frequencies. Like, everything is frequency. We all have our own journey, our own path that we do, but as a collective, your own personal reality. I'm talking about the reality as a whole, the reality for every living thing on this planet and the planet itself. That reality needs to change. It's going to change. And it all depends on us. There are some of us who are powerful, who can create reality as a whole for the planet, but it's only for a short period. So can't do it on my own. I can't find anyone else. So we all need to stop feeding into the fear-driven media. That is orchestrated on purpose to keep the reality the way that elite groups want. But if there's enough of us who send out positive thoughts, positive intentions, positive words, and believe, we can turn everything around and create the future that is needed. Because we can all see what's happening. Future is looking grim otherwise. We haven't got enough well-balanced individuals who in the future will be able to run countries, world, in a balanced way. We have to do something now. And it starts with us and our children and their children. And the way I've been shown that we have to do this is we have to teach our children mindful techniques, mindful practices from the time of conception while they're in mommy's tummy. And it's all to do with sound frequencies, the correct ones. Oh, and we got to work together on making educational systems, services, to integrate mindful practices into schools. It is really, really important. And it's not hard. I have made a video, and I also wanted to say that I've created a channel. It's a WhatsApp community group that I'm creating. I'm gonna leave a link. It's where anyone can come from whatever background, whatever thingy, and we can talk and share our experiences to help others, and how we can get these ideas out into our communities, out into the public, how we can start integrating it to begin this process. I'm gonna have some bacon with pasta. I'm gonna make a Indian style thingy. We call it torka, which is what is it? Onions first, and then you put your garlic, you put your ginger. You fry it a bit. Put some cut chilies, then put the tomatoes. Of course, the salt and the pepper and what else. Let it for a bit, and I love the chilies, and then you put the rest in, which okay. I have got so many messages, and I need some help with it. I really do. So if there's anyone out there who can help, I mean, I've got it all, I just need help to it's not easy, you know. I mean, making the videos, and I'm only using a phone. I've only got the phone. So, okay, I am gonna have to pause for a minute. Okay, I will be back. I promise. I promise. Okay. So.